Anxiety happens a lot. Sometimes we don't know it's anxiety. So sometimes we have a hard time recognizing when we are having an a reaction to anxiety, or when we are experiencing anxiety, because it seems so natural. And when it does happen, sometimes we see it in nightmares. We see it when we wake up at 3 a.m. thinking it's a divine call. And really, the anxiety from the day has finally pumped through your body via adrenaline, and now you're being woken up like that. Now, I'm not saying that 3 a.m. wake up calls are completely undivine, but a lot of it has to do with your body trying to process the level of anxiety that you've experienced through the day that you probably suppressed or pushed aside. Now, finally, when it's time to relax, it comes up through adrenaline, and then it's hard to go back to sleep. One of the things that I do is that, I'll look on Facebook. I don't necessarily interact a lot of times on Facebook. What I do is I study on Facebook. I see what people are saying is going on. I see kind of the trends of behavior and feelings and emotions. And then from there, I'm like, I wonder if there can be something that I can offer to help people deal with that. Anyway, so that's where this technique comes from. The first step is this. You start to acknowledge what's around you, and you do it kind of in a physical way, not just in a visual way or just through verbally. You'll like right now I'm at a desk, right? So what I would do is this. I would tap the desk and say the wood is hard. And I would just tap the wood is hard. And then maybe I might even move my foot around ever so slightly and say the carpet is soft. The carpet is fuzzy. And I start recognizing the environment around me. Okay, the window is clear. The sky is gray. And I'm not saying it out loud, I'm just acknowledging it. Essentially what I'm doing is I'm bringing my attention to the present moment. I'm not being focused on what people are thinking about me, what this might mean, No, I'm focusing on the moment. And you do that by simply observing the environment. You could say the air is fresh. The air is a little musty. The water bottle is green. Okay, I have a metal water bottle, so that's what I'm tapping on. And if you're, of course, in a meeting or a public space, maybe you wouldn't tap on the bottle. Maybe you might rub the bottle and say, the water bottle has a smooth texture. This is something that you would say in your head. You keep doing that until you start to feel that anxiety reside, using your senses. The wall is green or the wall is blue. And you're just acknowledging everything. The book is red. And I'm really just kind of, right now I'm just pretty much describing my environment. The hand is soft, right? You're talking about your environment in your head, bringing your attention to the present moment and nowhere else. Once you've gotten used to that, you start to observe yourself. And all you're doing is a simple thing. I'm breathing in, I am breathing out. So when you feel yourself inhaling, I'm breathing in. When you feel yourself exhaling, I am breathing out. I'm breathing in, I am breathing out. Acknowledging that breath in and out, that is going to calm you. Now you're starting to be aware of yourself. So first you were aware of your environment in the present moment, and now you're bringing awareness to yourself and what's happening within you. And the only thing you're going to focus on, of course, is the breath. I am breathing in, I am breathing out. I am breathing in, I'm breathing out. And you're observing the breath. Now, at first it might seem like you're controlling the breath, meaning when you say you're breathing in, all of a sudden you're breathing in, and when you say you're breathing out. And then you might get to the point where you're simply observing the breath. But your mind might start to wander for a second, and you can stop and say, well, what am I doing? Oh, I'm breathing in. I'm breathing out. I'm breathing in. I'm breathing out. And you just do that for as long as it takes. When you start to feel everything start to gather itself, and you will feel it in your body, because anxiety is something that actually can be physically felt. Which is why people hyperventilate and think they're having a heart attack and think they're having all these experiences when they're not. It's because it is a physical reaction. So you start to feel everything calm. And once you have gotten there and you've held that space for a while, how do you actually leave that? You leave the same way you came. You want to ground your experience, because you might start to have a meditative experience and you're back in the woo-woo and so on and so forth. But remember, you still have to get up. You still have to live. You still have to walk out. So you ground your experience. And then also remember, you can do this anywhere. You could have been on the bus. You could have been out there with your friends. Okay? So then what we do here is simple. You ground it again. And you pretty much say, oh, the carpet is fuzzy. The table is hard. And you start to observe that physical environment again. So you're bringing together those two experiences. And then you can even have fun. I'm breathing in. I'm breathing out. The bottle is smooth. And then through that practice, you're going to start to feel calm. And that's it. That's a calming meditation technique for anxiety. It's very effective. It's something that I use. It's not like I'm just pulling this out of my butt. It's something that I use because I too have anxiety. I experience it because I am a perfectionist. So if I'm a perfectionist, that means it's very easy to, oh my God, should I do this right? Did I do that right? Did I do this right? So I have to stop and I have to be able to say, what's going on? Oh, the carpet is fuzzy. And I start to bring myself back to that space. If you can't tell, I did this before. I did before I made this video, which is pretty much why I'm extra calm right now. And I'm able to deliver it in this way. This is also good when you wake up in the middle of the night. So when you have those middle of the night terrors, if you have them, it's a way to deal with it. And the way you do it is simply the same way. The pillow is soft. You just start observing everything. I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out, and work your way through that process. And I'm telling you, you will start to feel calm again and tired again. And more than likely, you'll be able to go back to sleep. That is my technique. For those of you guys who don't want to miss out on your chance of 3 a.m. Spirituality, that's pretty spiritual. You're dealing with your non-physical in some way, shape, or form. You're calming yourself enough to be able to tap into the non-physical aspect of you. So don't feel like you've cheated yourself out of that experience. And this is something that you can do at any moment in life. You do not necessarily have to find a quiet room. You don't have to stop anything. You don't have to remove yourself even from the situation. But if you can, of course, you should. I had this thought about this, as I was making this. I thought to myself, when do people have experiences like this? A lot of times when you have children, when you want to discipline them and they get you very upset, they've done something. A lot of times what parents don't realize that they're acting from anxiety. One, their children's not listening to what they're saying. That means I don't have control over them. That means I don't have control over the decisions that they make. That means I can't protect them in the world. So there's like levels to why you have that anxiety. So if you went through that technique prior to disciplining them, I wonder what the outcome would be of the discipline. Doesn't mean you're not going to discipline them, but it might be a different way that you've done it prior to. So I'm just throwing that out there, and that in the way that you deal with people, take the time to calm yourself before it happens, so that you're not coming from a place of anxiety and worry and fear, that you're coming from a rational, logical, level-headed place. It doesn't mean that you don't act. It just means that you're going to be acting differently. Use this technique also prior to making big decisions, prior to making something that's already been causing you worry and grief. Use the technique and then make the decision. I bet you it's going to be a lot different. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being here. And yes, subscribe if you haven't. And everyone, subscribe if you haven't. Like this video, share this video for all your high anxiety, perfectionist friends. And that's it. Magic.